Shalom. First and foremost, I want to start off by giving all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah Bahashem, Rakha Kwadash, and giving double honors unto the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that rule well, and to the sincere brothers that is pushing out the gospel throughout the four corners of the world. Peace and blessings and infinite salutation be to the elect of the nation of Israel, which is the house of David that the Lord is raising up in these last days, which is made up of you so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, and scattered Israelites, amongst the other nation that look like the other nation, but according to your pedigree, you go back to the descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, as we are the true biblical Hebrew Israelites. Shalom. Now, this is a current event, all right? This is a current event and warning, all right? Possibility, all right? A possibility that this was a cyber attack, okay? Now, as you guys kept up with, as you keep up with the news and the current events that's happening worldwide, all right, today is February 2022. This is February, all right, 22, the year of 2024, which is the hopeful year of Jacob's trouble. Okay, so now today came out that today, Thursday, all right, February 22, all right, that as you can see, it was a national cell phone outage that hit throughout the whole nation, all right, here in Babylon the Great. All right, so like I said, I have a quick article, all right, I have a quick article going into it, and I have a clip, a video, all right, that I'm going to play as well, too. You see, because you got to keep in mind that this is all through the will of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. That's what the scriptures, when you go into the scriptures tell us to measure diligently, to measure the times diligently within itself. All right. Let me just open up with that. And you got to keep in mind that we at the time that things are getting they're getting hot. All right, things are heating up. You see. All right, as this year being known as the year of the hopeful year of Jacob's trouble. All right, but this is the book of 2nd Ezra chapter 9, and it says, "And he answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee befold, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time within the highest will begin to visit the world which he made." And that's the time we're coming into, closer and closer. You see, especially with all these different type of warnings that the Lord is giving us. All right, as he's still giving us chance to come back to him. Okay, and just going to this. All right, it says, the title of this article says, "National Cell Phone Outage Hit Charlotte, North Carolina," but this was a national outage. Okay, this was a national cell phone outage that had happened. All right, of today. You see, February 2022. All right, 2024. You see, and I wasn't even aware of it until later on the day. Later on the day. All right. But real quick, let me just go into this article, and I just want to point out certain things. And I have a video that I will play as well, too. Okay? Now, it says Charlotte Mecklenburg. All right, Charlotte Mecklenburg. Police says some residents were briefly unable to call 911 in national outage. All right, it says, keep on going. Thousands of Charlotte's residents woke up Thursday to no cellular service and part of a nationwide outage appearing mainly to hit users of AT&T, but also Verizon and T-Mobile. All right. Now, a lot of people has lost they lost their cell phone service, man, because of this outage, right? So once again, and they still trying to out there look for more information, trying to figure out if this was a cyber attack. Okay, you see, but it's we just don't know, because you got to keep in mind that this this devil Esau Edom, he is the devil, man. That's what the scripture says: never trust thy enemy. All right. But then again, it's coming out, as they dig deeper, it's coming out that that most likely that it was a cyber attack, right? So it says in Charlotte, all right, Charlotte Mecklenburg police says on social media, CMPD is aware of a nationwide outage impacting AT&T cell phone customers this morning. Customers were briefly unable to contact 911. There are no disruption to our call center ability to receive 911 calls. Service shall be running. Forgive me. Service shall be returning shortly. All right, because you got to keep in mind that people depend on their cell phones. Okay, you see, all people here, really throughout the whole world, but especially mainly here in Babylon the Great, which is America. All right, people depend on their phones. You see, you need the phones to call, to make emergency calls, or you need your phone to keep up with time. All right, you need your phone to call your family members, or if you have a job, to call your manager or whatever, man. You see, I mean, everybody has cell phones nowadays, man. All right, you need them for GPS, to get around, to look up certain things. All right, people depend on their cell phones. Okay, so when you got certain things like this that's coming out and that's happening, all right, it's gonna affect the people, man. These Babylonians are gonna be affected big time. You see, and once again, this is nothing but a warning, man. All right, because once again, myself, I wasn't even aware of this. All right, until later on, later on the day. You see, I'm just not finding out about this. All right. And once again, they still out here trying to dig deep. They're trying to dig deep and find out if it was a cyber attack. But as I keep on going, it says the outage left customers unable to place calls, sending text messages, or access the internet. So like it says, the outage left customers unable to place calls, send text messages, or access the internet from their phones. It says web access could work if on Wi-Fi. All right, but then again, what can happen? All right, because we are going to come into the time where everything is going to be out. All right, you see, now the scriptures talk about that it's going to be a famine of the word. All right, you see, it's not going to be a famine of bread, but it's going to be a famine of hearing the words of the Lord. You see, because the only way you are able to hear the words of the Lord, all right, his this message, the gospel, is through internet. You see, this is the reason why the Lord has the servants, his servants. All right, he has his servants to bring this truth on the internet. You see, but what would happen if you have a true, all right, a true cyber attack, okay, and they come for everything. Everything is shut down. You see? And they truly just turn off your cell phones, man. And the internet, the Wi-Fi. Okay? You see? Okay, the power. You see? And everything, the water. And everything gets affected. What is people gonna do? What is people's gonna do then? You know? It says National News Organization reported that customers were complaining of outage starting around 4 a.m. and that websites that track outage complaints were receiving spikes of complaints in the 7 hour. CBS News reported that AT&T customers were reporting the most outage, but T-Mobile, Verizon, U.S. Cellular, and Consumer Cellular were also the subject of complaints. And it says, this is something to point out that I want to point out. It says it's kind of a big deal if you're used to using your phone or if you have an emergency and you see that, and that's the reason why I said that people depend on their phones, man. Okay, because this is a big deal. All right, and once again, what is people going to do if everything just goes completely off? Your cell phone goes off. The Wi-Fi at the house goes off. You see, the power grid goes off, man. All right. You see, you ain't gonna be having you ain't gonna have no running water. You ain't gonna have no power at the house, nothing, because of a cyber attack. Okay, and I mean, once again, we're coming into the time because it's all prophesied. It was all prophesied. All right, and you ain't gonna be able to make no calls to 911 and so on and so forth because, And when that time does happen, man, it's gonna be chaos. All right, and you're not gonna be able to make no calls for help. You see. So real quick, let me just go to the book of Amos, chapter 5, and verse 18. It says, "Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord." So woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. Especially a person that calls himself a Christian, that really don't have a understanding of the scriptures, man, and doesn't really have an understanding of prophecy. You see, woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. To what end is it for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light, and we're coming into the time. Okay, we're gonna come into the time which is gonna be nothing but darkness, evil time. You see, and it's gonna be literal dark as well too. It's gonna be literal darkness too, man. Okay, because if the power goes completely off, man, everything is shut down. It's gonna be dark in here, man. It's gonna be dark. All right, just like ancient Egypt. You see, man, America is known as Sodom in Egypt. All right, spiritual Sodom in Egypt, according to the book of Revelation, chapter 11, verse 8. And the Lord says that He will bring plagues upon Egypt as before, as you go into the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 15. And it says, verse 19. It says, "As if a man did flee from a lion, and a bear met him, or went into the house, and leaned his hand on the wall, and a serpent bit him." All right, meaning that you might run from a situation, but then again you're gonna end up with another situation. You see, because this is known as Jekyll's trouble, man. You're not gonna run away from the judgment of the Lord, especially if you are a 2/3. Okay, those that reject the words of the Lord and that reject the warnings of the Lord, all right, and reject on turning back to the Lord, you're not going to run away from judgment, you see? So you're going to run away from a situation, all right? As a man did flee from a lion, and a bear met him, or went into the house and leaned his hand on the wall. and a serpent bit him. So you're not gonna run away from from the judgment of the Lord. You're gonna run away from one situation, but you're gonna find yourself dealing with another one. Okay, and it says, verse 20. Shall not the day of the Lord Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh shall be darkness and not light, even very dark and no brightness in it? All right, you see that? And we're coming into that time. So real quick, all right, in the same topic, okay? Now, this is a video that I have. I'm gonna play about 3 minutes of this video, so bear with me. The first 3 minutes. Now you can check it out for yourself. This is the channel Steve Ram. This guy really does bring out good information, just going to the current events. All right, especially with things that can be affected to Babylon the Great, America. Okay. All right, so this is a good channel to check out. Okay, as you know, with keeping up with current events, which is the prophecy, man. All right, which is nothing but the prophecies of the Lord. All right, so let's get into it.
Cyber attacks hit across the United States today. Now, two major events have unfolded. One has been confirmed as cyber attack. The other one is a developing story. I'm going to share with you what we know and what we still do not know so far. And what we're hearing is that the AT&T outages with the cell phones, they're saying they have not confirmed it, but even if it was, AT&T is likely not going to tell us. So we have to decide for ourselves how we are going to be responding to this. Now, in addition to that, a lot of people wondering if this was a solar flare, as we received word from NASA that last night around midnight, a solar flare came across the Earth. They're saying it's confirmed that it was not. If it was, they're saying it would not have simply affected AT&T in the United States and then spread to Verizon, T-Mobile, and other carriers in the United States as well. They're saying that that solar flare actually hit over closer to Africa on the other side of the Earth, but they're saying that it is looking more and more like a cyber attack. Now, let me share with you the latest that's been coming out across the news outlets. Take a look at this. All these articles coming out today cited in the description below. FBI and Homeland Security urgently investigating whether AT&T outage was a cyber attack, as security experts tell DailyMail.com that it has all the hallmarks of a hack. I'm going to be sharing with you what they had to say. Nationwide cell phone outage and confirmed pharmacy cyber attack have occurred as pharmacies nationwide have been disrupted. AT&T outage prompts urgent investigation into possible cyber attacks, sources say, and Senator Marco Rubio is tweeting out this today. I don't know what the cause of.
And then, I mean, as the individual said, man, even pharmacies are being affected because of this. All right, pharmacy has were affected because of this possibility of being a cyber attack. All right, of this what you call it, this national, all right, outage. Okay. So as I keep on going,
the AT&T.
You see, and this is the reason why you people out there that depend on this system, and you depend on this devil Esau Edom. All right, you're going to be affected, man. You see, all right, just like in the book of Isaiah chapter 30, man. Those that put their trust in the shadows of Egypt. Okay. I'm gonna bring it out, but let me just finish this video.
Outage was, but I do know this.
You're the guy with a gun, the person who would do anything to protect the ones you love. But did you know you could...
Was, but I do know this. It'll be 100 times worse when China launches a cyber attack on America on the eve of the Taiwan invasion. We've been hearing this warning from the FBI for several months now, and if you missed the latest one, stick around to the end. Just a couple days ago, they're saying that the compromised infrastructure systems in the United States is multiple times larger than what they anticipated, that the United States has been compromised. And he says, and it won't be just your cell phone services that they hit, it will be your power, it'll be your water, it'll be your bank account.
You see that? All right, because they say if China does hit if a cyber attack comes from China and hits the United States of America, all right, that it's not just gonna be your cell phone that's gonna be affected, but as he said,
is multiple times larger than what they anticipated, that the United States has been compromised. And he says, and it won't be just your...
It says, as he said, as quoted, as quoted, right? It says, and it won't just be cell service they hit. It will be your power, your water, and your bank. You see? All right. So I mean, that's gonna affect a lot of people, man. Okay. But then again, right now, this is just a warning. Okay, because right now they trying to see if this was a cyber attack or not. Okay, so once again, this is a possibility if it was or not. Okay, but once again, man, this is a warning of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah. All right, because this is nothing to compare. This is gonna be nothing. This is because you gotta understand this is the domino effect. All right, and that's how the Lord is moving right now. Okay, he's slowly bringing judgment. Okay, but it's gonna get worse, man. All right, it's no turning back to peace. All right, things are gonna get worse from now and forward. Okay.
Cell phone services that they hit, it will be your power, it'll be your water, it'll be your bank accounts. Take a look at this. CyberAttack downs pharmacies across America. Prescription orders hit after IT suppliers change healthcare, pulls the plug on the system. These all coming out today. Now I'm going to be sharing with you the latest, and I know that this is not the information that anybody wants to hear, but here on this channel I believe that knowledge is power. Us knowing what's going on is half of the battle, and us taking action to prepare ourselves and our families for whatever could unfold is what we can do at this time. Now, also, I've got a free power grid fill.
All right, that's pretty much it on that. But once again, man, this is a warning, okay? Because, you know, a lot of people was affected. You know, me, myself, I didn't know. I wasn't aware of it until later on the day. All right, but real quick, let me just open up. Let me just get some scriptures, man. All right. But then again, you got to keep in mind how things just happen just like that. You know, one day you just chilling, you minding, you know, you minding your business. Okay. All right. But then again, the next moment or the next day, certain things like this is happening. All right. And that's exactly how the Lord brings judgment. You see? Let me, real quick. I believe it's the book of all right, this is the book of 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, and verse 1, it says, "But the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you, for yourself know perfectly that the day of the Lord so comes as a thief in the night." And that's exactly how the Lord is moving right now. That's how he's bringing these that's how he's bringing these prophecies, or these evil times, or these, you know, different type of, like, for an example, like, you know, natural disasters, right? Or, you know, just evil time. For an example, like this right here, all right? This possibility of this, you know, this outage, man, that, you know, they say it could be it could have been a cyber attack. All right, but this outage, all right, it just happened out of nowhere. You see, it just happened overnight. You see, and once again, we're in the time that people depend on technology. People depend on their technology, man. Okay, especially here in Babylon the Great. Everyone in Babylon the Great depend on their technology. You see, but what would happen? What is going to happen to the people, and how you think people are going to react? All right, if all of that is taken away from them, just like that, you see, and that's how the Lord is moving right now, man. Okay, so it says, "For yourself know perfectly that the day of the Lord so comes as a thief in the night," and that's how Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah is coming. All right, as a thief in the night. But it says, verse 3. "When they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them." Okay? Quick, swift, all right? Unexpectedly, when you go into the word sudden destruction. Let me get that word real quick. All right, sundered. And it says, unexpected, sudden, unforeseen. All right, let's go into Google real quick and get some more information over meaning of the word. All right.
Sudden.
All right, sudden. It says occurring or done quickly, unexpectedly, or without warning. You see, and that's how the Lord moves, and that's how the Lord brings judgment. All right, quick, unexpectedly. Okay, so it says, when they shall say peace and safety, and that's the vibration of these Babylonians here in America, man. So it says, when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction comes upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. But verse 4, but ye brethren are not in darkness, that the day, so like that day shall overtake you as a thief. And that's talking about the troubles that we're coming into, Jacob's trouble. Okay, it's not gonna overtake you. All right, you see, because we're not in darkness, because we know what's happening. You see, you're keeping up with these current events. You're keeping up with the prophecy. All right, you measuring the times diligently within itself, right? You know, because you are the hopeful elect. You're keeping up with the news, and you know, you are upon that watch. All right, as a watchman. So it says, ye are all the children of light and the children of the day, because you have this truth. You see, and that's the only way that you know and you understand what's going on, and you keeping up with the current events, is because you have this truth, man. All right, it's the mercies of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. And it says, ye are all the children of light and the children of the day. We are not of the night nor of darkness. Therefore let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober. All right, so we got to watch. You see, measuring the times, man. Okay, because these people are here. We'll say, for an example, those that was affected by this outage, okay, and they say that that, you know, everything is going to go back to normal, or that it's going to be fixed. All right, people are depending on that, especially 2/3 of our people. They depending on Esau Edom, that he's going to fix the problem. Okay, that it was just nothing. You see, it was just a service problem. All right, or any type of issue, right? Something small that can be fixed, right? But these people out here are in darkness. They are sleeping. You see, they think that everything's going to go back to normal, right? So verse 6, it says, therefore let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober. For they that sleep in the night, and they that be drunken are drunken in the night. But let us who are of the day be sober, putting on the breastplate of faith and love, and for an helmet the hope of salvation, because we're hoping to be delivered. We're hoping to receive salvation. All right. But once again, you know, 2/3 of our people, they're not taking heed unto the warnings of the Lord. Once again, this is nothing but a warning, man. Okay. Some people was affected. Some other people were not. But once again, like as I had in the video, as the gentleman pointed out in the video, okay, if China does do, and if a cyber attack does hit, all right, you see, they're not just gonna hit your cell phone service. No, it's gonna impact everything. Everything is gonna be impacted. Everything is gonna be affected. Your power, the water, okay, and your bank. You see, and some people, hey man, you can't play around with certain people's money. You see, but once again, people here in Babylon the Great, America, people depend on these certain things, man. They depend on the power. All right, they depend on the water. All right, they depend on the bank, that they think that their money is secure in these banks. You see? So once again, if you have a true real cyber attack, all right, you see, it's gonna impact everything. Okay, everything that the people depend on, man. You see, and that's how you going, and that's a way to start chaos. All right. And then again, that's, it's funny too, because of all these events that's happening within the beginning of 2024. A great movie to think about is the movie that came out in December, all right, of 2023, Leave the World Behind. You see, and then they within that movie, Leave the World Behind. If you haven't watched it, go watch it. All right, it's on Netflix. It's a really good movie. You see, and there's a lot of spiritual things that was coming out from that movie. Okay, because another thing you got to keep in mind is that you got to understand that these devils, these Edomites, what they want is they want to have full control of the people. All right, they want to bring in that new order. Okay, where they're gonna bring in that new order, and they're gonna bring that sea hip. All right, you see, and they want everyone to be to receive that sea hip, as spoken of in the book of Revelation, chapter 13. All right, but they do understand that not everybody's not, the people are not going to accept it. All right, so what you do is that you drag them to it. You got to drag the people to it. All right, so you got to submit the people to receiving it. All right, because you got to understand that these elites, they want full control of all the people. And they understand that the only way they can have full control of all the people is with having that sea hip within you. So they can track you, so they can control you, so they can know where you at, as you nothing but a guinea pig onto these elites. All right, and that's what they want of all people on the world. You see? So what you do is you start a chaos. You build up a chaos. All right? So when chaos is there, you bring the solution. You started the chaos, and then you bring the solution. And that has always been the agenda of these elites. All right? You see? They want the whole society to go on chaos. You see? So they can bring the solution, and so you can submit to that solution, a new order. All right? So this is the book of Isaiah chapter 30, because you got to understand that these people, especially here in America, all right, here in Babylon the Great, that's why you 2/3 Israelites are going to take that MOTB, all right, the sea hip that's spoken up in the book of Revelation chapter 13, because you has been pampered. All right, you have been pampered by these Edomites, man. All right, by the system, right? You see, and to trust in this system. All right, you see. That's why, once again, all people depend on their phones. They depend on the bank. They depend on the power, on technology, and so on and so forth. You see? But if all of that is taken away from you, you're going to go crazy. You're going to bug out. You see? You're not going to know how to act. All right? So what they're going to do is they're going to have you to bug out, to go crazy for a little bit. All right? Until you submit yourself to this new order, to this new system, this new solution that they have set up for you. All right, which is what? Which is their new order, man. That's gonna bring in that sea hip, which is the MOTB, spoken of in the book of Revelation, chapter 13. All right. But this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 30 and verse 1. And it says, woe unto the rebellious children. And that's talking about 2/3 of the house of Israel. All right. 2/3 of the house of Israel. You're known as the rebellious children because you're not coming back unto the Lord. It says, woe unto the rebellious children, says the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin, that walk to go down into Egypt, all right? And we know that America is spiritual Sodom and Egypt, all right? When you go and read the book of Revelation, chapter 11, verse 8. So it says that walk to go down into Egypt, and have not asked at my mouth, to strengthen themselves in the strength of Egypt, and to trust in the shadows of Egypt. All right, because you 2/3 Israelites, you trust in the shadows of Egypt. All right, meaning that you trust in the system. All right, you believe in the system. You see, you have been pampered by this system. All right, but verse 3, it says, therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh, which is talking about the leaders of Egypt, all right, as the president being the puppet head, right? But the president, you trust in this society, you trust in these so-called leaders of America. So it says, therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion. Yeah, because you got to understand that the Lord is coming to destroy this place, man. All right, the Lord is coming to bring an end to this society, man. Okay, because the Lord is not going to allow for this devil to keep on going. No, he's not. Okay, because all this devil has done was bring nothing but wickedness and death upon the earth, man. You see, and he has to pay. He has to pay for everything that he have done. Okay. So you got to take heed to the words of the Lord. Once again, this possibility of being a cyber attack that happened February 22, 2024. All right. This is nothing but a warning. Okay. So you got to take heed unto the words of the Lord, man, before it's too late. This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 16. All right. And I'm going to start at verse 17. And it says, woe is me, who shall deliver me in those days? And this is talking about Ezra. All right, because Ezra is back here again. Reincarnation. This is reincarnation once again, man. Because reincarnation is real. All right. Ezra is back here again. He's saying, woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? All right, in the latter time, now, which is now. Okay. So he's asking like, yo, all this evil that's going to happen, how am I going to be delivered? Who's going to deliver me in those days? All right. Verse 18, it says, the beginning of sorrow and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the powers shall stand in fear. The beginning of evils, what shall I do when these evils shall come? All right. And I mean, it's coming. All right, when a cyber attack hits, and the power, the water, okay, your phone service, you see, and your bank is being affected. Oh yeah, chaos. You see, it's gonna be nothing but chaos. That's gonna be nothing but evil. All right, it's gonna what? It's gonna cause great death. You see, famine. Okay. All right. And then you're going to have power that's going to be completely gone. So you're going to have most of these companies, they ain't going to be running. You see, you're not going to be able to go to work. All right. If all of this happens, man, everything just shuts down. If everything shuts down, it's gonna be nothing but chaos. And you know, people are going to bug out. People are not gonna know what to do because they never experienced this before, and they had never gotten themselves ready for this. You see? All right. And it says, "Behold, famine, plague, tribulation, and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment." And are sent as scourges for amendment. You see? And all these, and once again, or what just happened today, on February 22, 2024, all right, of this outage. You see this cell phone outage. All right, this is nothing but a warning. Okay, this is nothing but a warning. You see, amongst other warnings that the Lord has given us. All right, you see, because you still have different type of natural disasters that's happening. Okay, people, the Lord's still bringing judgment upon people, right? Verse 20, it says, but for all these things, they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. And 2/3 of our people are not going to be mindful of these things, man. You see, this outage happened, and people think, okay, Esau is going to fix it. All right, things are going to go back to normal. They trust in the shadows of Egypt, and that's their mindset, man. Okay, all right. Let me just get another one. But when it comes down to unto the elect, the 1/3, because we have this truth, all right. As I read in the book of Thessalonians, man, we have the light. We're not in darkness. You see, we know who Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah is, as us being the hopeful elect. All right, we understand what's going on. You see, we understand that the Lord is coming. Okay. And we do understand that the Lord is going to deliver his elect from all the troubles that's going to be happening. Okay? And that the Lord is going to protect them in that time. All right? We understand that according to the scriptures, man. All right? This is the book of Isaiah chapter 10, verse 20. And it says, and it shall come to pass in that day, which is now, that the remnant, all right, that the remnant of Israel and such as are escaped of the house of Jacob, which is talking about the elect, shall no more again stay upon him that smote him. All right, that smoked them. All right, let me just read this again. All right, Isaiah 10 and verse 20, it says, and it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Israel and such as are escaped of the house of Jacob, all right, which is talking about the elect, shall no more again stay upon him that smote them. All right, which is we're not gonna trust upon him that smote them, that smote us, which is talking about Esau, Edom. Okay, Esau, Edom took us over. All right, he conquered us and put us in captivity. As still to this day we're in slavery. All right. I mean, history proves it that these devils, these Edomites, took us down and put us in slavery. Even though they are trying to erase history. Okay, but the truth, you can't hide the truth. The truth is always going to come out. All right. So it says, and it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Israel, and such as are escaped of the house of Jacob, shall no more again stay upon him that smote them, but shall stay upon the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, the Holy One of Israel, in truth. You see, so we're not going to trust in the shadows of Egypt, like 2/3 of our people. Okay, when Jacob's trouble come, when the hour of temptation comes, you see, all right, and when all hell breaks loose, and Esau is going to be doing his job, he's going to be out here bringing judgment upon our people, all right, and he's going to try to have us to fall, because 2/3 of our people are going to fall, Okay, they're going to bend. All right, they're going to submit themselves to Esau. All right, but when it comes down to the elect, the hopeful elect, you're not going to fold. Okay, you're not going to submit to this system. You're not going to submit to this devil. You see, you're going to hold your integrity. All right. All right, you're going to stay strong because you understand what's going on, because you have the protection of the Lord, because the Lord is guiding you in the times that we're coming into. All right, and it starts now. Really, it starts right now. All right, it starts right now. You see, with you having this light, because we're not in darkness. As the scripture says that the Lord comes as a thief in the night. But he will not come unto us like a thief in the night, because we know what's happening. We are watching. All right. We are upon our watch. Okay. But let me read it in the NOT, verse 20, and it says, "In that day, the remnant left in Israel, the survivors in the house of Jacob, will no longer depend on allies who seek to destroy them, but they will faithfully trust the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah, the Holy One of Israel." The remnant, all right, the remnant shall return, even the remnant of Jacob, unto the mighty power, and that's the elect. That's us waking up to this truth and being of the hopeful elect. All right. "For through thy people Israel be as the sin of the sea, yet a remnant of them shall return." All right. Because you can't measure the nation of Israel, right? But only the elect, which is going to be a small number, the remnant, all right, they're the only ones that are going to return to the Lord. And it's happening right now by you taking heed unto the words. You see? And it says the consumption, so like the consumption decreed shall overflow with righteousness. All right? And let me read it in the NLT, and it says, But though the people of Israel are as numerous as the sand of the seashore, only a remnant of them will return. The Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah has righteously decided to destroy his people, because the Lord is bringing judgment upon 2/3. All right? In these last days, man, during Jacob's trouble. You see? But the Lord is going to protect those that are the elect. Okay? In these last days, man. Verse 23, and it says, "For the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah, power of hosts, shall make a consumption, even determined, so like even determined in the midst of all the land." All right, because the Lord is coming to bring destruction, man, especially upon 2/3 of our people for not taking heed. Okay, but when it comes down to the elect, the Lord is going to protect his elect in these last days. Okay, but with that, Lord willing, that this lesson was edifying as well as uplifting. All right, and I want to say shalom.